Hello, everyone. Greetings. Welcome back to the Fandom Collective. We are tackling topics. Yes, the Flipster is back again as well. He is alive. He lives. What's up, Flip?
Hey, what's up, brother? Glad to be here. It's been a minute.
Oh, heck yeah. We're just doing a tiny little stream today. We both had a good window here to do a little short stream. So we are going to do a little stream. And, a lot of us have been hearing about Dave Chappelle and all that stuff for the last little while. You saw the closer, right?
Yeah, I watched it the moment I saw somebody talking about it. I was like, it was, I think, around 8 o'clock in the evening. I was like, what the heck? So, of course, I saw the last Dave Chappelle special and it caused a uproar. I turned it on immediately.
Of course. And I mean, this last one I'd say isn't his best special at all. It was fine. Like,
Yeah.
like Sticks and Stones, I feel like was a pretty good one as far as especially him doing his specials in a while and everything. And that was a good one. This one was like the way Angus put it was Infinity War to Endgame. It was like Infinity War was like, oh man, this huge hype, and then Endgame was like, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
For a lot of things, that's what the closer kind of felt like. But a lot of people took some issues with that. Can you imagine what people would have had an issue with?
I mean, it was tame compared to what I grew up with watching Sam Kinison, just an absolutely hilarious comedian who had grown up being a studier of the religion, and then he turned, from being an altar boy into what, if you ever saw Sam Kinison, then you know what he turned into.
The only thing I know about him at all is that he's, are you listening live, motherfucker? Like, just yelling at the top of his lungs, screaming so loud.
This was in my wife's purse.
Like, I'm surprised the mic could transfer what he's saying to everyone. I don't even know why he needs a microphone, honestly. Just yell, and anybody in the back will hear you with him.
I saw him live. I saw Jerry Seinfeld live, and George Carlin. I mean, all of these people could not have they couldn't have a comedy routine like they did then. They couldn't have that now.
Yeah, well, because apparently everybody's got a little fifis that get hurt. But before we get into that, we got Curtis YZ joining us here right now. What's up, brother? We got Metal, Runner, and the Atlantean.
Howdy, fellas.
A good trio. A good trio right here. Trifecta. Yes. But yeah, so I guess and Tommy, the guinea pig, arrived as well. What's up, man? Good seeing you.
Hell, brothers.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so a lot of the trans community has, not really been liking it, apparently. Thought it wasn't funny. Not just that, they think that he should be removed off of Netflix.
It sounds like should. Having trouble transitioning to comedy.
Or comprehending the language at all, honestly. It's been quite insane. So I'm trying to give the rundown here, everybody, to Flip about catching him up on what's been going on in the past couple weeks since the closer, which was that even a couple weeks ago or like 2 weeks? Like, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but now it feels like a while ago with all the crap afterward, honestly.
Maybe a week and a half, something like that.
A week and a half or two, yeah.
I know some tranny lost their job over it because they were yelling and screaming about having a walkout. Is that about right?
Well, I mean, so I think the way that went was that there was a directors meeting, like a higher up type of meeting, and this person, or I don't know if it was one or two people, like pretty much interrupted the meeting and was talking about this, and they were fired because of that.
Oh wow!
Essentially, and then I think, I don't know if it was separate. I'll have articles and stuff later. Angus and I are going to definitely go over it on All American Beef tomorrow, and we'll have more of the stuff lined up, but that might have been two separate things where the organizer of the walkout was fired. I don't remember exactly, and there's like a whole bunch of trans employees wanting to quit. My whole thing with this whole stuff is that, like, honestly, we all know comedy is comedy, and it's also like, my thing always goes back to South Park, the banned episodes. Now they're banned in the last recent years since they went to HBO. The Cartoon Wars episode where they were going to show the Prophet Muhammad and they didn't. And even for a while, they had a censored version where they censor out the image of him, but they just reference him. and that whole episode's even pulled now, which is annoying because I hate it, because there was one quote in there that was brilliant, which was either everything's okay to make fun of or nothing is. Because if you give special treatment to one group, another one will ask for it, another one will ask for it. Why don't you give it to this other group if you give it to this group? Why not? You start to pick and choose and blah, 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 and you start to destroy it, essentially. You destroy it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds to me like no matter what or how that exactly went, Netflix is starting to realize that some things make money and other things don't. And, the more we actually are seeing that with Ghostbusters as well, which is funny because Ghostbusters 2016 is the first thing that started this pop culture oddity, at least in my mind. Like, that's the first thing everyone was talking about. Why is this happening?
Well, it started to be more publicly known. Before, it was happening sort of in little bits and ways, but it wasn't as widely known or widely spread or anything. But now, ever since 2016, it's been in people's eyes. We're like, what is this? What? And
Right.
now everybody's more aware of it, and it's gross. It's everywhere now.
Yeah, they talk about, if you're referring to Ghostbusters, they talk about, hey, we can't have women being treated as sexual objects, and then they go ahead and turn, who's the guy that played
Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, that's it, into a sexual object and dumb, and it's just so hypocritical. Like, I probably would be more in line with what they're spouting, what they're preaching, if they weren't hypocrites. I'd be like, well, look, in certain cases, people are bullies. It doesn't matter to me that they're a race or a gender, but sometimes people are just dicks. Now that's how I could understand it, but instead they go and be hypocrites. But sounds to me like Netflix is starting to get it, and that's a good thing.
Starting to a little bit. I'm going to read what Tommy says right here. He says, I will say this, at least he said he didn't think the show was hate speech, but the fact he bent the knee catering to their feelings is absurd. I don't know if he's, because I know after the fact, I don't think Dave said anything afterward. I think he means that he's applying to their feelings, or what is he saying here? If their feelings were hurt, oh well, boohoo. People are too damn sensitive anymore. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you're referring to Dave Chappelle or to somebody else when you said he bent the knee. Yeah, I know other people have.
I'm unaware. I do know that was just okay. This isn't the proper way to frame this. I was going to say it's a money grab on Dave Chappelle's end, and it's not in the traditional sense. What I really mean to say is it's easy money, because he knows what's going to get people to watch. I mean, any comedian right now, they're just dying for the opportunity to be able to do what Dave Chappelle did, because they can't do anything. They're like, it's like being a cop and trying to stop a robber with your hands cuffed behind your back. They give you a gun and it's got rubber bullets and it's behind your back, handcuffed. You can't do anything. And then they call you a cop. No, you're a cop. You're a cop, man. You can do this. Like, a comedian can't get up there and have his hands tied behind his back. So I think that was easy money for him. He made something like 24 million, right?
Something like that. 17, 24, something like that. Somewhere between that area.
Plus royalties and, repeat, replays and stuff. Every time that thing gets played, he probably gets 10 pennies or something. I don't know.
Well, it's funny because his special is now like one of the most talked about things, and it's insane. It's only because of how crazy people are reacting to it.
Yeah, and
what I find absurd about it is that his last joke, where he talked about his friend that was trans and trying to be a comedian and everything, like, and when he told the joke, he was like, why I know that joke's funny? Because she would have thought it was funny, and that's like. That's the thing. That's the whole thing. You got to be able to take a freaking joke and understand the difference between that and hate speech and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Like, I don't understand how they think that's okay to just restrict this stuff. My suggestion would be, trans comedians of the world, why don't you unite to make a stand-up special dissing on Dave Chappelle, even though that would be funny as well, because you'd be dissing specifically on a black guy, which to a lot of people in your circles is also bad, but whatever. they want to do, that'd be a more proper response instead of trying to get the special removed or to
Right.
tarnish Dave Chappelle specifically.
Hmm. Oh, they shoot themselves in the foot with their ideology, because they can't even get up there and make fun of white people, or they're not going to be funny because they're hypocrites on themselves. They ruin their own jokes by being the way they are. Like, I'd be cool with that. Like, somebody wants to get up there and make fun of me, a white straight male. I think it's funny. It's not the first time it's happened, and as long as the joke is true, it's funny, because that's why it's funny. Anything that's true is what is funny. If you say make something up like, wheelbarrows are hilarious because they're circular, like that's
Well, it actually makes me think about how Yo Mama jokes were lame back in the day. As always, your mom was so fat she could play pool with the planets. It's like it's funny in how dumb it is. It's like that's dumb. That's not funny. It's just dumb.
it's dumb.
It's you're so stupid. Sits on the TV and watches the couch. It's like
Yeah.
mm,
Stand-up
okay.
comedians don't they don't stoop to yo mama jokes so much as us YouTubers.
They usually tell stories of some kind or
Yeah,
something,
they
and they
tell
get
truths. They tell truths about stereotypes and cultures. That's the whole point. Like, is to make fun of yourself and others, and that's what's funny. Like, when you're like, I can't remember, it was a Jerry Seinfeld skit, comedy skit, like, and he was talking about how you have to wriggle your fingers when you take all the groceries out of the back of the car. Everyone does this, he said. You wriggle your fingers through all the bags to get as many bags as you can, and it was part of a larger joke, but it was just funny because everyone does that. And you damn well know you do. When you're getting the groceries out, you try to get as many bags as you can.
Yeah, you don't want to have to do 7 trips to the gosh dang trunk. You
Right.
you want to get it all done as quickly as possible, get the food away, and be done with this whole task because grocery
Yes.
shopping is not fun. So
Bullying would be where you don't find common ground, where you don't include yourself in the joke. If you listen to Dave Chappelle, he completely includes himself in a lot of that. And then he can go on. He's created the freedom to let everyone know that he is also not beyond reproach. Like, he is
yeah,
totally, part of it too.
well, it's that, and it's like again, everybody should be allowed to be made fun of because then otherwise, what are you allowed to do? You just make fun of these things. Well, then that's not really, or you can't make fun of anyone.
It's
Well,
almost as if
what's a
it's almost
joke then?
it's almost as if you're describing something. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it was one of our rights or freedoms. I just can't remember what it is. Uh, Freedom of speech. Yeah, that's it. You ever heard of that?
I don't know. That seems to be a lost concept sometimes. A lot of people forget that's a thing. They'll call it hate speech now whenever it's mean or something, and which is also ridiculous. So what even is hate speech? I feel like that's specifically like let's say Hitler, for example, were to do a stand-up routine, but the only thing he ever makes fun of specifically are the Jews
I don't
only
like Jews.
every time. And he's not even making jokes. He's just stating things. Like I'd be like, okay, that's probably hate speech. Like,
Well,
he's probably not that's not really telling jokes really. He's more focusing on this one thing. He's not making fun of anything else. He's just I'd be like, that's pretty questionable.
I don't
You
like
know?
fruit juice,
Yeah.
orange juice, pineapple juice. Damn them all.
I wasn't expecting that. That was funny. Orange juice, fruit juice. Oh, that caught me off guard. That was a good one. That's what's funny too. They're supposed to catch you off guard. They're supposed to,
Yeah.
do that. And if you don't like it, you either don't listen to it, or seriously, I challenge them to make a rebuttal in form of a comedy routine.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be funny? Probably not. But I give them credit for the attempt. Instead of trying to, just get it deplatformed or silenced. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's not entertaining.
But real quick, so Tommy was clarifying the person that walked back. So Netflix, the owner of Netflix, was first fully on Dave Chappelle's side, and now he's not against him, but he's basically going, "Oh well, I'm sorry, hurt feeling, oh gosh,
Oh man,
and
he's
there's this
one of those.
walkout, and it is getting insane. And there's so many people speaking out about this, mostly against Dave Chappelle, but a few people on his side, surprisingly.
That is unbelievable. I didn't know. It's last thing I saw or heard was that the Netflix guy was on Dave Chappelle's side, or at least on the side of, hey, it's making us money.
Yeah, I'd say he is on his side, but he's vocally sort of apologizing. But that's he's walking that line of, ooh, man, where are you going to be torn? Where's your body going to be through the end of this, man? It's hard to. That's a hard line to toe.
Well, he's certainly in a no-win situation when it comes to the public, but entertainment and being in control of something like as big as Netflix right now. I mean, that's a position you need to have. You need to be made of steel, and you need to be confident in your decisions. You have to be proud of the choices you make, and if you show any slight weakness, then that's not going to work. It's not going to work. You can't crack under pressure like that, or you're going to be looked at as weak from all the sides.
Well, that's the thing. If you crack under pressure, well, then we know what it takes to get you to do what we want.
Exactly.
That's what I don't like. So many people give in now to it, and it's like, man, that whole point of that South Park episode was the Cartman had a gun on the guy who was gonna either release the episode or not release the episode. And Kyle's like, you can't give in to terrorist threats. That's what they want you to do. That shows that you're giving into their way. Essentially, if you really believe in freedom, then everything's okay to make fun of, or nothing is.
Yeah.
And like that I want that to be blasted the fuck out of everywhere, because I think that's important. If people, as soon as people start saying, well, no, you can't say this, you can't. Well, then, and I say saying things are different than doing things as well. It's like, you can't just do whatever you want, as far as, I'm just going to go kill them because I feel like it.
Yeah.
No. That's not good. That's not the right type of freedom there. Though I'm sure there's countries where they can totally do that. Sure, do whatever you want. There's no rules, just whatever.
Sure.
Good luck living there. Don't know how well that would work out.
Yeah. In the Gaza Strip, there's not really too many rules there.
Mm-hmm. What's up? What's up, Mega Jetty?
Hey, Mega Jetty, man. Good to see you.
Dropping in there. Man. Yeah, doing good, Mega Jetty. Yeah, just Flip and I had a spare moment together at the same time, so we're like, oh, go live. Let's go live real quick. Let's go for a tiny little bit.
It's a fun topic too. See, what I would think, and this is just my opinion, who I am, doesn't really matter, but if I were them, I would start dropping. I mean, look how well it did. It did really good, and I would start dropping more comedians who are probably just standing in line. You want to make money? Start dropping comedians on the Netflix service. I mean, drop another, Seinfeld or whoever. I don't know. I can't think of anybody right now.
I'd say right now there's like maybe like 20% of the specials on Netflix are actually funny. So there's plenty of room to be on there, whether you're funny or not. Honestly,
they're basically, comedians are almost out of work right now. They'd line up and people would watch it. I mean, everybody would watch it.
Well, actually, it's actually funny you bring that up. You'd say like all these people wouldn't be able to have specials now. I feel like that's a great opportunity for them, for like people like that, to do things, because comedy is always about pushing that button, pushing that uncomfortable button a little bit to see where you go. And usually the whole point is to surprise you in a way, because you're watching a comedy thing. In a way, you're expecting to laugh, but in a way, you're expecting not to laugh, because you don't want to just laugh at whatever they say.
Yeah.
So when they actually get you to, it's like, God, you got me. That, like when you said fruit juice and orange juice, that was, I didn't know you would have that at the. Oh my God, we didn't prep that, guys. That was on the fly, and that was so quick. I'm like, God, that got me. You got me.
What do you call a gay Steinstein? Fruit juice.
And that was pretty much that was kind of like one of Dave Chappelle's jokes. It's about like the juice, space Jews or whatever.
Space Jews.
So that was a good tie-in with the closer right there.
I always thought I'd get along with someone like him, and watching him through the years as I grew up. I thought he wasn't as funny of a guy. I thought he was kind of okay. He was
Yeah.
never as relevant and funny as he is now.
I'd say he's funnier now because so many people are angry at
Yeah,
jokes he says. That's what's funny. What I'd say there's almost no difference to how he was before. He's always made fun of everybody.
yep,
If anything, he usually makes fun of white people. That's like 50. That's like 60% of his jokes. I'd say is making fun of
oh yeah,
white people.
the Chappelle
Which
Show.
most of which are funny.
We
I'll
can't even
say.
talk about some of the Chappelle Show on here. Like
Yeah.
that's I want to so badly. There was a have you ever seen the Andy Griffith Show?
No.
Okay, well, he makes fun of the Andy Griffith Show, and he calls the white couple and their family are called the N word with an S at the end. That's their last name in the Chappelle Show skit, and he's the milkman who comes by and
Yeah, I've seen the skit that he's done of it. I just haven't seen the one you're referencing, as far
yeah,
as the show that he's referencing. But yeah,
he
I've seen the
couldn't,
skit. I've
and
seen all the Chappelle Show.
yeah, like he's black, but he couldn't even do that now. Like he probably could, but damn, that would be something.
Yeah, it's like a black person impersonating another black person. Oof, that's rough waters there. You know,
I
you don't want to be
know.
seen as racist. It's like
It's
what?
too bad. It's
Doesn't make
in
any
a
sense.
It doesn't, because in a time where there's so much that can be made fun of, you are not. They'd like just brick wall that shit. Like no, nothing,
I
nothing.
Yeah, man, I swear comedians should have a field day right now because there's so many people to poke fun at. And they need that's the thing. You need to grow some balls, grow a backbone. You know, if you can't handle a Call of Duty chat or something where 12-year-olds calling you a motherfucking pussy, odd like something, just whatever, and kicking your ass in the game. Like
Yeah,
if that makes you crack or anything like that. Like that's the thing too. When people say like, "Oh, don't you want to be represented on screen?" God, no.
no,
Fat white dude on the screen. I don't need to see that. Really,
yeah.
I'm fine.
Or geeky
I'll
hermit,
live.
or a geeky hermit like myself. Like I have been at a literal comedy show and called out by, I don't even know, because we used to go to the Punchline here in Atlanta. So I've seen a lot of people that I couldn't even tell you their names. But and we'd sit up at the front because there's a 2 drink minimum, but the tickets were the same price. So you get front row seats at the table, and they bring food out to you, drinks. You had to drink 2 drinks if you were going to sit there, though.
Yeah.
So you'd sit there and you'd get called out, and it wasn't always a comfortable thing. Uh, I mean, in Atlanta, to be called a cracker and made fun of for being my white self, it was funny. It was uncomfortable, but it was funny, and I took it with a with a I just took it with my drink and just
You might have felt like, oof, feels a little weird, but you settle in. They usually as long as you can roll with it well enough,
yeah.
you'll be okay. You'll live.
And
You know.
well, you have to, and I did, and before the show was over, it was fine. It was great. I was
Yeah.
smiling ear to ear. In fact, I didn't want to smile anymore. I'd smiled so much.
Yeah.
But I was happy.
That's how to do it. Yes.
Yeah,
That was good.
Joker in that shit, but never walked away from a comedy club unhappy. No, so and
Yeah,
that
which is the goal. They want you to have a good time. They want you to go through a roller coaster while you're there, and then be like, all right, good. Now I can go on.
yeah, it was so awesome. Like I really want to go to one again. When you went to the bathroom, they had that the speakers piped into the bathroom, so like guys are in there drunk, pissing all over themselves, laughing. I mean,
Yeah, I remember Jeff Dunham, I think, did that where they're like had one of his puppets or whatever. They're like, oh, one of the guy, where are you going? Oh, you going to the bathroom? Okay. Then they're like, hey, they asked for his name first or something. Like, hey, Pete, we hear you. We can see you or something. And he's like, you didn't wash your hands.
gross.
It's just like a great little thing playing off that.
I think I've seen that. It's been a minute, but yeah, it's similar. It's in my head there.
Oh man, that stuff's good.
Overboard.
But real quick, we have quite a few people coming in here. Real quick, what's up, Ord's board? It's been a little while. Good seeing you around. Says
Hell,
hail
brother.
the collective. We got Curse again. Says Dave is literally the king right now. They just trying to dethrone him. He's been the king of comedy for a while. He even went away and he came back a king the whole time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I
Never
was
lost the
watching,
status.
Curtis, I was watching the Chappelle Show when it came out. I couldn't wait for every episode. And some episodes they'd skip a week, and you're like, "What the hell?" And then he suddenly just disappeared. And I thought, boy, I bet this is a lot like his comedy routine. He's just pulling this trick to be like Dave Chappelle, to be Dave. But no, then he disappeared for like ever.
No, he's really doing some things. He's trying
Yeah.
to find himself and do some
Yeah.
searching and all that. And yeah.
But I respected it. I did. Ultimately, I thought, you know what? I know what it's like to be an artist and maybe feel like you want to change what you're doing. I mean, as a musician, anyway. But when you decide you don't want to do the same thing that you've been doing, you really do got to go figure it out. But I guess he figured it out, right?
Yeah. Well, and he planned to only do these few specials and then be done again. So it wasn't like this was a full on punch he was planning. I feel like he. It was a coincidence again, like based on the Sticks and Stones, the reaction after that, people got all pissy. He was like, well, this one's gonna really, roll them in. I didn't, if there wasn't as much of a reaction, I don't think it would have been as impactful for this one to end.
Agreed.
But that's just crazy. But we got Storyman Jack in the house.
Hey,
what's up, brother?
Good to see you, brother.
What's up? Good job on your stories, by the way.
Yeah,
kicking ass.
We need to do one together sometime. That sounds like it'd be cool to me.
It would be fun. Yeah, if you need a voice, I don't mind doing voices. And there we always try to do something new.
Yes.
Yes, boy. You trying to be a little old British right there? All right. It's all right.
You woke up to some increasing subs then, did you?
Increasing sub. You had a Stillboy sandwich.
I guess he went there to the store.
Oh boy. We got the ancient one being an awesome mob, posting them links. That's a good boy right there. Head pats for all. There
Welcome.
We go. Flipster.
Yeah.
Do you fear the shadows?
I fear the shadows. I do not fear the Jedi like you do.
Do you fear death, boy? You never know. Your underpants could reveal more about you than you might think.
That scares me.
Try to do a Bane.
It may scare you. Oh yeah, that's a good Bane. That's a good Bane.
Is that what you think I was trying to do a Vader or something?
No, I like it. It's Bane all day. Yeah.
Yes, Curtis. Let's see what he says here, my boy. Kevin Hart got close. Oh, okay, got close. Bill is kind of reaching Dave's level. Okay, too. But Dave is still the king, in my opinion. Bill Burr, he's referring. Yes, a good whitey these days. If he was black, I wonder if he'd be as loved.
Well, no, probably not. He gets away with some of it because he is black.
Well, no, Bill Burr is white.
Oh, that's
that was the joke. That was my joke.
Yeah. No, like, whew, I don't know how Bill gets away with it. He's skating on the edge always.
He's always been talking like that, though. I think he was more seen as a crazy white dude shouting stuff, and now it's like he's got a point.
And he does. Him and Dave Chappelle, like, they stick out in my mind right now. But nobody else really sticks out.
There's not as many comedians that are that funny right now, or that are saying things that poke buttons like they do. Honestly,
Seinfeld, one of the greatest comedians of the 90s and early 2000s, just quiet as a mouse.
Like that's a good point. Like, Chad, who are your favorite type of comedians? Like, ones that roll safe, or ones that kind of you don't know what to expect, really. You kind of expect something, but they get you anyway with whatever they got. Like, I don't know. I like the ones that kind of surprise you. You're expecting something funny, but they also surprise you. I don't know how to explain it, but that's like the best ones. And that's what like Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle do, like, professionally.
Yeah. I got to thinking about what we're talking about, and I wanted to know what Google thinks is the definition of a comedian.
Can you ask Google? Like on the...
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know if you'll hear of it. Hey, Google, define comedian.
Comedian is used as a noun to mean An entertainer whose act is designed to make an audience laugh, as in, they sat watching an Irish comedian telling jokes.
Oh.
Do you want to hear a few synonyms for comedian?
No, thank you. Damn, did you hear that?
Well, yeah, I heard that. I don't know if the chat heard that. Let us know if you heard that as well. That's from OK Google herself.
Yeah, she said something about an Irish person. They sat, like, that's crazy. Like, they would even name somebody's culture like that, because, you know, that's supposed to be a no-no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. The definition that I'm reading is a little different. It says a comedian or comic is a person who seeks to entertain an audience by making them laugh. This might be through jokes or amusing situations, or acting foolish, or employing props in comedy. A comedian who addresses an audience directly is called a stand-up comedian, and that's it. Like, acting foolish, is that their idea?
That's more like the class clown, I guess. But you know, whatever.
That's more like those flipped out videos.
Yes. Sherry's in the house. What's up, Sherry? Yep, she goes by a lot of pop culture, PB, General Zod, and Angus streams around here and over here.
Good to see you.
Yep, indeed. Thanks, Ancient One. Ancient One's putting everybody's links in the chat for everybody. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Awesome mod there. Says, how's it going to everybody? Hope everybody's having a good one. We're probably about to wrap it up here in a couple minutes. I got a grocery shop, and Flip's got flip things to do and whatnot. Got to do some backflips. Curtis says, I was there for it. Key and Peele kind of totally made me not notice, to be honest. Dave even talks about that. I gotta say, it strategically worked on me a bit. I don't know what he's specifically referring to, but I agree.
No, Key and Peele are awesome. They're funny. It's also a show, right?
Yep. Two people and a show.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly remember them from Epic Rap Battles, though, because they were on that a couple times.
Were they on that? Wow, I love that.
He did Muhammad Ali versus Michael Jordan, and Martin Luther King versus Gandhi.
Oh, wow.
It's like, I'm the king of civil rights from the city to suburbia, no shoes, no shirt, but I'm still going to serve you.
Damn, you got that memorized, yo. That's some of the best rap I've ever heard you make.
That was the first time I remembered it all directly in there.
It even rhymed, man. That's great. Yeah.
Those are some good ones.
You don't see much from comedians like Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey anymore. Now,
I feel like Adam Sandler's going through rough times right now with ever since Chris Farley, and then you got Norm Macdonald recently, and there's been other people. I mean, I feel like he's losing a lot of his friends lately.
That was a loss right there. Yeah, Norm Macdonald was a heck of a loss. Chris Farley was a good while back though, but still, friends with him, of course. Kevin Hart, he can't make up his mind.
Kevin Hart's like, man, I want to be funny, but I don't know. I want money.
Yeah,
he's but I know I think his heart, Kevin's heart is with our side right now.
Well said. Yeah.
Board says, art has always been about pushing the envelope. Pushing buttons is how we get new and interesting things. Exactly. It's kind of like, people say to do things by the book. It's like, well, consider the book, but don't limit yourself to the book.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how do you discover new stuff?
Try explaining that to a cop when you're drunk and being pulled over. But
that's a good point.
You see, it's about pushing buttons, Ossifer.
Yeah,
it is true. It is true.
That's good. What's up, Jeff the Iron Wolf's in the house? What's up, Iron Wolfie boy? Yeah, we got to set up a stream again sometime, man.
Yes, we've been talking about that, and we still haven't done it, but we are going to do it.
Yeah, it's just by chance that Flip and I have a free few minutes together at the moment.
Yes.
To be honest.
It's true.
It's been a little while.
It's true.
Ancient One says, the Rookie Critic, since you're planning to end it soon, do you wish to raid somebody, Purple Valkyrie? Yeah, sure. She's alive right now. Yeah. Go raid Purple Valkyrie. She's on with Arwen Avalon, I think. Pink and purple.
Arwen is awesome. Purple Valkyrie is my hero.
Indeed.
Together, it's even cooler. So definitely raid the shit out of that.
Yep. Yeah. Let's. We're probably about to end it right now. Actually, I gotta get going. People are gonna be pissed so I don't start grocery shopping now. It's a few minutes after already. So yeah, everybody go. Drop the link for Purple Valkyrie stream. And everybody go say hi, say FC Raid or something, or Phantom Collective Raid. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the raid dude, Ancient One. So you put the directions in the chat and we'll follow.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
Before we close it out. He says, yeah, better get the raid going because our awesome collective channel. And the collective will be raiding. So here's the thing, everyone. Yeah, once you drop the link, then I will end the stream.
Not a minute sooner.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys all coming out. We're going to try to stream whenever we can. We have no consistency planned for streaming. But we shall see.
Our work schedules have changed, and we've managed to put you guys first. That's the thing we got to do first. But we'll definitely get to streaming, and we're going to bring Jeff the Iron Wolf on, have the Founding Fathers with Angus as well. We got some plans, and we're going to do them.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody go follow the link that Ancient One just posted, and we shall see y'all later.